What's good? It's your girl Amonie.
Serious Smoke.
Boy, Dre, they forever, baby.
Brian Reeves, director of 70 times 7.
Man, it's your boy, Artist.
The girl Tasia's name.
Young Laura. Leah.
Girl named Masam.
It's Young Spook, one half the Back End Business Podcast.
Era, the Gap 2 Diva.
Big stuff.
Are you Milan? Here, Milan.
It's your girl, Flaming Gina.
This Auntie Pig.
Boy, Lou.
Ebony, aka Ebony with an I. I'm from the Big Head Radio Show, and I'm
With the King Teeth Network, huh?
And we're back. This is the King TV Network. I don't know if y'all knew this, but we kind of popping now. And yes, it's because it's my guest. And I really don't care what y'all have to say. Because my boy Sweezy came through on this one. And I'm not going to say it on camera, but I am. I love you, my boy, because you did your thing. You did your thing. I got Myonnah in the building. Can we get a round of applause?
Hi, guys.
Yes. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I am good, happy that you are here.
I'm happy to be here. Thank you for inviting me. Thank you for thinking of me. Hearts.
I ain't gonna lie, we've been thinking about you since the premiere. We've been wanting you to get on here because you just had that speech about you, and it just resonated with all my people. They was like, yes, queen. Yes, queen. I'm like, yep, I need her back. So how are you?
I'm good. I'm living. I'm growing. I'm maturing.
You working.
I'm expanding my mind. I'm working. I'm living in my passion. Yeah.
So when did you know this was your passion?
So I really started in theater, honestly, and I love theater. Like, I was just having a conversation with a makeup artist when I was on set a couple of weeks ago.
I'm gonna pop your
Locked
shit
in
all
on the way.
The whole time.
Locked in on the way. But and we were having a conversation about, the difference between theater and film. I'm not gonna get into too much of that. But I started off with theater, and that's kind of where I fell in love with being an actress. And I was never a movie person. Like, I was always a music person. I was always a music head because I danced before I officially started acting. I still was dancing when I got into acting, but when I started acting, I started dancing. I mean, look, when I started acting, I stopped dancing as much.
But dancing was the first passion.
Dancing is still my passion. I think I have two. I don't care what people say. You can have two. You can have more than one passion.
Factual
You can
statement.
have, as long as you learn the harmony between every single hobby or hustle or love that you inspire to do, you can make it work. Don't let anybody think that you have to limit yourself to one thing. Don't get me wrong, you do have to sit down and take your time to actually focus and get that one thing running before you decide to move on to the next revenue. But don't let anybody limit you to say you cannot do more than one thing. You can go out and learn something, and that can become your new thing, and then you can still be doing the old three things that you've been doing. Have fun, enjoy life. Like, I love learning new things and having multiple things under my belt. Like, who am I not to know how to do multiple things?
Yeah.
When it's so much to learn out here.
So much to learn, and so much things that you can just add to the belt.
Exactly.
That you can just pull out at any time.
Exactly. And the best part about it is when we are in a world, especially in a world like this, being somebody that is diverse and that can step into different shoes is amazing, because you have so much different streams of revenue and income. It's so many different things that you can step into, especially when you are open to learning and open to expanding your mind, always ready to learn something new. No matter what it is.
Look, why you think I want her? It's not because she's beautiful. It's not because she's the lead actress on all the fire shit in Cleveland. It's because she really is here with it. She's really here with it. It's different when it comes from somebody
Thank you, I appreciate
that's in the leadership positions. Because it's funny. It's funny, right? Because, like, most of the time, the people who be talking the good shit nobody want to hear that shit.
Yeah.
You really have the voice. So, this is the platform.
And this is my first interview, y'all.
No, it's not.
Yeah, it is.
Fire again. I'm just putting flames emojis through this whole. More clap. Where's Scott when you need him? Scott would have been ready, but my boy next to Tay. Look,
this is
ready,
my
man.
first one, guys. So shouts out to my brother.
Hey.
I could cuss, but I'm gonna try to limit it.
Okay. I mean, it doesn't.
But don't limit yourself with motherfuckers. But see, but still.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, dance was your first love. You go into CSA, and that's what you're thinking in your mind, that this is what I'm going to do with my life. I'm going to be a dancer. And then boom, life happens.
Yep, life happens.
And what happens in these moments?
So I started CSA 9th grade. I was already a major red dancer prior to auditioning for CSA. Went to CSA. I was still dancing as a majorette. Not totally sure what happened exactly, but I had ended up injuring my back, going through some things where I had chronic and constant back pain, and I basically had to stop dancing for a minute. Broke my heart. Before I had stopped, it was kind of hard. Of course, when you're doing something that you love, you're gonna want to keep enduring into it, but the more your body keeps telling you no, you're gonna listen. So I definitely did slow down dancing at first, and then eventually I had to kind of cut it out, but it was okay because while going to CSA, if you are in a major and you cannot do that major, if you're not functioning right in that major, if you are missing too many classes in that major, which I was, not going to get into too much of that, but I couldn't dance at the time. So by the end of the 9th grade, I had either the choice to leave the school or transfer majors. So acting was always something that I wanted to do, always. Like, I always, the little Disney commercials, like all that. Unfortunately, at the time, it was not the right kind of situations in the family household where I was, like, put into those, positions. Exactly. In that area right there. But it was okay because that just meant that I just needed to go to CSA. I didn't need to be on Disney Channel because I'm here now and I'm still making movies and I'm hearing y'all seeing me. You see me? Okay. You're going to keep seeing me. Yeah. Okay. Freelancer. And everything I do. Okay.
Fire.
But anyways,
Get into acting.
Theater.
And you see you're good at it? Do you see that you're good at it immediately?
Listen, this is how I got into theater. This is what won me. And this is what won me in the audition for theater. I had did this dialogue, this scene between a daughter talking to her mother about not feeling good enough or as good as, another sibling in the home. And to an extent, it had resonated with me, so I was really able to actually tap into that character in that moment. And so when I first did it, I had did it mean and angry. And my theater teacher, Mr. Jackson, he was like, try to be, sad. And so I had ended up crying, like on cue. Not on cue, but ended up, crying, real tears or whatever. So that's what had got me into theater. So moving into theater, we had did multiple plays. Love theater. But
what was your favorite play in that time frame? What was the favorite play that you was able to be a part of?
Oh.
Gotta keep it cute though.
I can't even remember. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Okay.
I cannot remember what it was called. That's so messed up. But I cannot remember what it was called. But I had played like this ghetto best friend. That was probably my favorite one. But I had also had to play this like Iranian woman.
Multiple roles?
It was a what was a different play?
Oh, okay. I'm about to say
It was a play for
Eddie Murphy
it was kind of like what? Like it was everything that was going on with the world and the different races and how, and I got the chance to be like I had an accent and everything, it was fun. But anyways,
let me ask you this. Did you always have lines in your plays?
Yeah.
Okay, because we didn't. All right, Royal Family, I didn't. I was the rap king one time. Did not have one line, got to stay on the stage the whole time. I don't care what nobody says. I was still in charge. I was a leader.
That's all that matters. That's all that matters.
But that's how you know she's
being
a
extra. Being the extra is so important too. Like our extras are so important. So even the people that don't have lines play a big role. Period.
But we're not talking about them right now. We're talking about a superstar. So The center of attention. This has kind of been the theme to your life. Why? Why do you think that is?
I really cannot actually honestly give the answer. Get him off my set. Get him off my set, Sweezy. Get him off
Walk
my
him
set.
off.
Walk him off.
Walk him off.
Walk him down. Stop playing with me, okay? Because if you distract me again, I'm gonna throw my core at you, and I'm gonna take his. So anyway.
She gonna get her shit off. She can't hear that.
No, I'm gonna throw yours and keep mine actually. Okay.
Well, it's not that.
So back. Okay,
You're
what
still
was
thugging it a little bit.
before I was rudely interrupting?
Facts.
What were we on? Center of attention. I honestly cannot actually tell you the reason, but
How did it?
it's not always like, I don't know, what everybody make it out to be is just not what it seems and what people expect it to be.
What does
I
that
guess. When you are kind of like this person that people look as, now I would use the word as an influencer, but back when I had first got all of these followers and I was locally popular.
How did that happen? Did it
They-
happen all at once?
So that's how earlier when I was telling you. So I was already a majorette dancer. When I was posting majorette dances, they kind of like would go like small. Wait, what am I trying to say? It would just go viral just like a little bit or whatever.
Oh, okay.
So one time I had posted this. Yeah, one time I had posted this video of me climbing up the bus stop, and during the time it was this very viral video of this girl. I don't know if y'all ever seen it, but she had fell down from like the top of like a ledge in her house and fell on her fish tank basically and broke her fish tank or whatever.
Okay.
So they had ended up thinking that I was her, and so during that time,
Swear.
yeah, so it had ended up going like viral. So
Your
I think it was
video
like, yes.
of you climbing. They think it
So
was
that
you.
was when I first hit like 15K.
Yeah.
After that, I was just like really popular for like my dancing. I was the face of this majorette team, so I was dancing. I did a little bit of singing, like, and then I just always had this bright personality and just always had the energy and the aura of somebody that people kind of want to be around. Not so much look up to, but I kind of take look up to as learn from versus, you know, thinking that you're beneath somebody that you have to look up to them.
Absolutely.
But I would rather say learn from me, you know, all the people. I had that kind of personality where people just kind of gravitated like it. I don't know. It always used to be so crazy to me because I was really going through at home. And so like I never, and still now I have these conversations with people. I don't give myself enough credit because I feel like I'm doing what I'm supposed to do, so I say. But I don't give myself enough credit for as much work that I have done, like for all that I have been through, like, you know. And so sometimes people don't understand that it's like no matter how much support you have, sometimes you will feel like you're not doing enough for yourself. Like, so for a long time, I was kind of like, and I had got, and I'm very open with this. Like, I love telling this like story, but I had got caught into this like Instagram thing where it was like, okay, what I'm about to post next, like, you know, are they gonna like this, or not so much as like I'm caring what people say, but it's kind of like a strategic thing. But I was young at the time, so it was a lot of things that I was focused on and putting my focus towards when it came to being young and getting introduced to the media and having a lot of people that was just so interested into you. And during that time when I first started, I was hosting a lot of parties. I was young, and people was just wondering like, damn, you young as fuck, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you kicking in. During that time in Cleveland, we was bringing all of, like, you know, the famous people that was around during that time. So people was kind of just like wondering like how I was doing everything so young, and it was just kind of like off that base built locally in Cleveland that had just started from that. And then I had ended up going to CSA, and then another video went viral of me doing this Nicki Minaj dance. It's on my Instagram if you want to put a clip. But
Which one?
of this, I'm gonna send it to you. But it was just some cheesy shit. Like, we literally were in choreography for theater, because we still had to take choreography for theater. But
How was your back at the time then?
all through my life I had to fight. I
They
mean,
just like, yeah, we gonna
so
throw you
this,
in acting, but
so
you still gotta dance.
so when it came to my back, that was something that I had to deal with. Like, I literally just became this person. So now it's kind of like my pain tolerance high as hell. But it's kind of like something that you just learn to live with when you're not finna let shit stop what you love, basically. And so I kind of like figured out what works for me now, though. That's why I kind of got into pole dancing.
That's a whole nother lane that you be shitting on all these motherfuckers on. Like,
Thank you.
strength-wise, like,
Thank
you
you.
can see it. You know,
Thank you.
like, it's not even about, of course you look amazing up there, but
Thank
it's
you.
like you actually have a technique to it. Like, form is proper. Like, I'm watching art.
I feel like it's a part of loving dance so much and it being a passion. And I've tried to like do floor work, and for some reason, I don't know what the fuck be going on. But I be going to the chiropractor every Friday. Shout out to my chiropractor. But and kind of taking care of myself now, because when I was young, I was also a tumbler, so I was doing backflips. I was also a flyer, so I was flying in the air and stuff. And I was always real flexible, but I never took the right precautions when it came to being an athlete, such as what you see, basketball players doing, getting massages and going to the chiropractor. I wasn't going at the time. I wasn't doing anything like that. So I felt like I was doing all the stretching that was needed, but I still wasn't doing everything to relieve and relax my muscles and actually
Be a real elite athlete.
Yeah, so it's like that's where I kind of like messed up at. But
you're like 17 at this time, like 16.
So
you know
young,
what I'm saying?
so young,
like,
so young,
how are you
so
even
young.
supposed to know
I actually started young. I actually started in gymnastics first. Then I went to high stepping. Then I I was a cheerleader.
Ooh, my fault.
12 years old on Bantam.
Excuse me.
Don't play with me.
Excuse
12
me.
years old on
Excuse
Bantam.
me.
Okay,
Been a-
and I was the captain. How was
Been
I?
above.
How? Like, okay, how?
Been above the rest.
But so I was a cheerleader first, and then I had stopped cheerleading, and then I had ended up getting hit up by the coach from the All-Star team on Instagram that had seen one of my videos and was like, "Come try out, whatever."
Talk your shit.
So yeah, that's when I got
real.
into my All-Star stuff, and that was a very precious time in my life. It was on and popping, honey. Like, could nobody tell me nothing. I was feeling myself, but I was young, like, and I was worried. I was kind of like focused on things that, like, people gotta do their shadow work. I did my shadow work. That's why I'm able to sit here and have these conversations with you. I'm able to have shadow work. You don't know what shadow work
Oh, I
is?
know, but what's the real family ain't all caught up to what we know up here.
Baby, shadow work is you going behind the scenes and you healing yourself from past traumas, forgiving people, letting go of things that you cannot change or control, and not letting anything depict your future and exactly what that is for you as a person. Because a lot of people that don't do shadow work are those kind of people that it's hard to have a conversation with. It's hard to sit in a room without having those toxicity vibes, or sometimes when you just get around them, it's just very low vibrational. And so it's very important that you go back and you do your shadow work, because it's important to you as a person in order for you to give all of yourself to the person that I'm sitting here talking to right now, or when I'm sitting here having the next conversation, or when I'm in a relationship, or when I'm giving myself the best in anything that I do, as far as dancing, acting, modeling, like everything like that. So shadow work has a lot to do with digging down really deep and healing yourself for the betterment of yourself, for wanting to do good and wanting to understand, why am I so mad all the time? Why am I so angry? Why am I why am I sad? Why am I depressed? Getting down and understanding those emotions, allowing yourself to go through your emotions and understand how you feel and how you react with these emotions, because it's very important to understand yourself enough to know that you don't want people coming around you that, I'm telling you, it's so many motherfuckers that come around and don't know themselves just off of not doing shadow work. It's just literally, all you got to do is just literally sit down. It takes a lot of people don't like sitting with themselves.
Or
Sit
being by
down
themselves
at all.
Come on
Sit
now.
down and give yourself time to heal. Talk to yourself. Heal your old trauma, your childhood trauma, your relationship trauma, your mommy and daddy trauma, your friendship trauma, everything. All of that is important in order for you to be the best you and to move on in life gracefully, to know that everything will work out in your favor as long as you want it to. The mind is so powerful, like it's so powerful. So in order for people to sit back and be like, I'm going to sit back and do my shadow work, shouts out to you, because it takes a very strong person and a very level-headed person to want to actually sit back and be like, I need to do this work for myself, for the betterment of myself. Let me get to know me. Let me get to know what I like. Let me stop considering everybody else's feelings. Let me stop, somebody, exactly. Somebody missed me, so I'm about to go back to them. No. You know what that is? That's called considering somebody else's feelings. And when you sit back and you understand yourself, you know that through all of these experiences that you already have been through, you are no longer allow yourself to accept certain shit. And that's when you learn boundaries and standards. And it's just all a part of shadow work, because a lot of what we have now and who we are today has a lot to do with our past. And if we don't understand that our past has nothing to do with our future, we cannot let that determine our future. If we don't understand that, it will play a big part in who we are presently today. And you won't be able to be the best who you want to be. You won't be able to go out and get that job that you want to get. You're not going to be able to go out and go be the best for your kids that you want to be. Because at the end of the day, you have to sit back and think, what makes me feel this way? What do I like to do on a rainy day? What is my favorite kind of things? What will I not allow a motherfucker to talk to me like? What are my boundaries? What are my standards? When I'm coming into a fucking friendship, what is something that I'm not gonna, allow? When I'm coming into a friendship, it's okay to have boundaries and limits and set them, because that is a big part of knowing yourself and knowing what you want for yourself, and keeping bad fucking energy and bad people and bad things from around you and from happening. Is knowing yourself and getting to listening to your intuition, and getting to really tap in to who you are. That's all shadow work is. It's just tapping into who you are. And it's like going back. Think of it, shadow work. Where's your shadow at?
It's not behind you. That's where it's not. Shout out to the team.
Right. It's not, but your shadow is behind you. So do your shadow work. Let everything that is behind you stay behind you. Whether it's the people, the life, the car that you just got rid of, the fucking money that you just spent, it'll come back.
Man,
you will get a new car. You will get new friends.
On,
you will find a new
come back
relationship.
around.
It's life. And one thing that people don't teach you, we don't learn in school, is fucking life. And you're gonna pick two hards, and it's either gonna be the fucking hard where you can sit on your ass and be mad and sad and depressed at the world, or you can get up and not let the fucking world fuck with you and say, hey, I'm going to have some shit that's going to come at me, but I'm going to have my motherfucking shield up, and I'm going to be ready, because every single experience that you go through is a learning opportunity. You should never let that make you who you are. It amazes me. I should never go into a relationship or a friendship and be like, and I only know this because I learned this now and I've been through it, and be like, I've already been we self-sabotage so much by not doing shadow work, y'all. I'm telling y'all, we self-sabotage. Self-sabotage is when you mess some shit up for yourself, because we don't allow ourselves to experience new experiences, because we're so stuck in the past, and we can't understand
everything to that.
Exactly. We want to have everything resonate with some shit that was just supposed to happen so that we can learn, but we so stuck in it, we can't learn. So y'all stay immature. Y'all stay going through these relationships that's so toxic, because y'all are not learning from them. You are letting them depict who you are. So instead of becoming a better person and learning from the experience and learning that it's not me. I'm not going to take shit personal. This is just what happens in life. We all are on a whole different journey. So at any time that I can know you for 10 years and then at 11th year, our experience might be over. That's fine because in those 10 years, I sat back and I said, what did I learn? What did I learn from these people? And then when the experience is over, I know that I'm going to come in contact with a new experience. So I'm going to have to enjoy that experience and not let my old experience, I can't be around bitches and shit because bitches be, you just might have been, you just might have been around the wrong person, the wrong crowd, the wrong situation. You might have just, the universe will put you in the craziest situation so many times over and over again until you learn. And then once you learn, people are like, oh, my life got so much better after I finally did this, but I had to go through it so many times. That's because you're never going to be blessed with something bigger when you keep playing small. When you don't go back and you don't realize that your past don't depict your future, you will allow yourself to continue to keep playing small because you let all of these old experiences be like, I'm not going to go out and go experience that person. I'm not going to go out and make a new friend. I'm not going to go out and go be in a new relationship. I'm just going to stay in the one I'm in. I'm just going to be comfortable. Complacent people. Comfortable. Man, comfortability. Some shit. But it's just so important that you go back and you say, that was just some shit on the shoulder. Like, I'm ready to embrace a whole new world. And I'm not letting no motherfucker that already took up motherfucking 10 minutes of my time to make me angry still mad in 2022. How the fuck I look? Like, how you look? Like, how you look, for real? Go exactly. And this is why some people is just not able to really experience life how they want to because they so stuck on what people couldn't or wouldn't or like they just want to sit in pity all day. They just want to sit in their experiences and their feelings.
Console them about their issues and what they went through.
Talk about it. Go through it. Learn to sit in your emotion for 5 minutes. This is how I feel when I'm angry and I'm mad.
Fuck around and cry. And even if you're a grown ass man, because kings can cry, okay? Tears can be shed. It's okay.
Tears are supposed to be shed. Tears are amazing. Amazing.
All of that. Real shit. But if you sit in them emotions about like some real shit, you fuck around, find out a lot about yourself.
And it's beautiful because you find out what you want, what you just it's just like you would be going through so much shit and just be like, damn, why the fuck I just keep being around these weird ass people.
Yes.
Right? And it's because you're not learning about why the fuck you not around these weird ass people. Like, you know what I mean? Like, people don't actually sit down and be like, what went on? What went on in that experience that I learned?
Why do I keep attracting these people?
What did I take from you? You know what's the problem? We're always looking at the negative side of shit. We never take something and be like, what I got good from it. Every time you get out of a relationship, you always want to dog the person for what they did wrong. Right. But y'all never have a conversation on, hey, you know what? Maybe this is not good for us right now. Right? But this is why, right?
So I'm going to work on this, and you go ahead and work on that, and if we get together again, it could be a better situation. But right now, we can't even figure it out because we're too busy yelling at each other.
But y'all want to stay in it. But y'all think it's better for y'all to work and stay in something where y'all need to separate yourselves to work on yourselves. Work on yourselves.
You don't even know yourself yet, big dog. Like, give yourself a chance.
And it's some shit that we went through in our childhood, bro. We have hard lives, period. Like, this world is hard, period. And so it's so important that you go back and you don't let your childhood be like, this is the biggest part of me. This is why I don't let people, this is why I don't open up. This is why I don't go out and experience new shit. This is why it's so important that you do not let someone or something, a situation, determine what is going to happen for the rest of your future.
100%. 2 words I want to ask you, right? Delayed gratification. What does that mean to you? I feel like that's a big thing.
Delayed gratification. So let's break it down. So delayed means something being late, something not happening in the regular terms of time that people speak on. Gratitude is you being grateful for something, you being appreciated, or people showing gratitude towards you, you know. Delayed gratification is kind of, it has everything to do with being an actress and actor, being in film. And so it is actually what we have to deal with where, you know, the little thing where we can be shooting a movie and then you can kind of like see a trailer for something and then it wouldn't be out till like 2023 next year. Right. So it's like we put in so much work on the set, hours, like sometimes
Days.
you're not gonna shoot for no 2 hours.
Come on now. Get through that 10.
You
Get
baby,
through that 10. See if you want to come back.
the least you might have could be like an 8, and
Come
that'd
on.
be just like on a grateful, hey, we had to wrap up some scenes, but like those 10 to 12 hour days, sometimes, like, don't get me wrong, depending on who you're shooting with and what film, like, sometimes, no. Sometimes, depending on what the film is, what the situation is, what the description is, what the plot is, what the venues are, everything matters. So depending on what those are, depends on the kind of length of time that it takes to shoot the movie.
Facts.
And so, in most cases though, you will not get that quick time because that beautiful work that you see on screen takes some time. Trust me. Like I have sat and shot one scene before 7 times over. Right?
Take us to that day.
Right?
Jesus.
Well, actually, it was different days, and that's what I was about to get on to next. Is a big part of the delayed gratification is that you can be shooting over several months. Man, you got to really put in work. Being an actress is like not for the weak. Like, and then it's just, and it's not. I'm so grateful to be in a position that I am, to be who I am, and to be like known for what I do. Because a lot of people want to be in my shoes as far as getting the chance to be in movies and stuff like that. And so I am hoping
And
to
a lead.
get, exactly. I am hoping to, like, you know, I can't wait, you know, it's coming soon. Like, we working on that, you know. But it's so hard to find jobs and to find, just to find opportunities, period. And I know that, you know, a lot of people, I'm an actual actress, so it's a little bit different for me. But I know a lot of times, because I have felt this way too, they go to the people that are popular and famous, you know, and it's actual people that have laid down and did the groundwork to do this shit. And so it's so hard because you can spend months. I've spent my TV show, Figure It Out. We started shooting that in 2020.
That's coming out soon, right?
That's coming out in 2023.
That's coming out in 2023.
And we started
though.
shooting it in 2020. We had to shoot multiple times over. We had shot all throughout the year. This is not something that you just shoot, you know. Even a short film was shot. My Iniquitous was shot in 2 days.
Fire.
Because it was a short film. It's only 30 minutes.
Also, it was with this experience matters. So even the team you were with was an experienced team, was they not?
Yes. Shouts out to Ivy.
Shout out to Ivy.
Ivy, that's my girl. But that's what we're always also working on, Fun Girl. But you know, see, the difference is we had worked on Iniquitous. We did that in 2 days, but now we're working on Fun Girl. We had started that last year, had to reshoot the whole movie because we ran into some bullshit with some bullshit ass producer. But Karma's the bitch.
So
thankfully.
talk about some of that. Talk about some of the issues that come with being an actor.
And so, yeah, a lot of sometimes you run into people who are not kind of like ready to work or ready to actually put their full all into this because it is delayed gratification. Because it takes so long. So a lot of people are expecting, everybody wants shit to happen fast. Like everybody just want fast results like nowadays and shit like that. And it's not like that with acting. It's not like that at all with film. So sometimes you come across people that you think are on the same page as you, and unfortunately it ends up to be, you know, it's something totally different. And they go on and live the shitty life that they live. And so that had what happened. And that is not to everybody that I'm talking about, but I am talking about a specific person that I was saying, but I just want to make sure. But
Be honest with you.
but yes,
Can't go to the kingdom.
But that's a big part of kind of like being an actor, like, and the biggest issues actually start from the delayed gratification because you, especially when a lot of people, and I fall victim to this, base my worth off my productivity. So if I feel like I'm not being productive enough, I feel like my worth is not as much as it always will be, period. Like, I've set the tone for myself. You know who I am. I have amazing personality. Like, I'm here to do the damn job, like, all the time. But, you know, so, but that, I would really honestly say that. I mean, other than that, it's fun on set. I love being on set, though. We have an amazing time, even though it may take a long time. And it's just a long time for us because we have those hard-ass days and those long-ass days, and it's like the reshoots can be so, like, just stressful. And sometimes it's not that you want to give up, but it's just like, damn, this is really what I chose to, you know, pursue in my passion. And it's like, it's not like what everybody think it is. Like, you know, of course it's fun on set shooting, but shit, 10 hours, like, I still got a back problem. My back was hurt. My body was tired, like, you know. And so we go through all of those things, and we have to wait months, maybe years. Like, you never know how long you have to wait until you see that full thing on the screen. So imagine we started working in 2020 for the TV show. Of course, we even had plans, like, hey, we were supposed to drop it earlier in March and May, but things happen for the best, of course. But
Never rush out.
exactly.
Never rush out.
And it's becoming to be something so amazing, beautiful. I'm glad that, you know, we actually took our time with this, and you know, we had to actually go back and reshoot some shit again, and we actually had to, you know, go in the studio and do some ADR, do some voice work.
How did that feel?
It was amazing, actually. It was fun, like, you know, first time, like, my first time being in the studio, because when I was younger and I was, like, in middle school, I had went to the studio. I was trying to be like a little rapper. My sister was trying to take me there or whatever.
Fire.
But yeah, though, it was fun. I did record my whole time or whatever. I'm trying to get all of my YouTube shit, y'all. I promise y'all. I admit, like, I take full responsibility for my shit, and I know that I'm a procrastinator. So I'm working on myself, but I'm always working on myself. So that always matters. You know, the little step matters. The little steps matters. But yeah, when it comes to, like, shooting and actually filming, the process is amazing. It's just kind of long. Like, it's never dreadful. Like, you know, you always appreciative when it's fucking on that screen and you finally get to see yourself. It's all worth it, but that's why it's delayed gratification, because it takes so long for you to finally just see that hard work that you put on. Like, you know, sometimes, you know, we work 2 weeks, then you see your paycheck in 2 weeks, but it's not like that in this sense at all. You know, anything that take 2 weeks, you probably see, like, a YouTube short or, like, you know, some small stuff, but, and that's still great work, you know, but, film is just a little bit different just because, you know, as an actor, sometimes it's not your fault. Like, when I was shooting a scene, I had to shoot that scene 7 times over. One time it was the lighting. Like, the sun was on. When they were shooting my scenes, like, the sun was up, and then on the other side, the sun was down. And the other time, it was the tractor in the back, and it was the sound. And then, you know, so sometimes it be technical difficulties, some things that you cannot control, which is another part that not so much frustrating, but, you know, it's just a lot to work with, like, you know, of having to be like, okay, my biggest thing is that sometimes, you know, you do want to set ahead and plan for the future, and you never know with movies, because they can always call you back and be like, no, we need to shoot, we need you for this. So, like, my whole 2022, I had a whole different plan in mind, and yeah, like, I'm so happy that I was on my movie shit and was on my shooting shit, but I wanted to be more focused on my clothing brand, Rare Fields.
That is you.
But yes.
Let's talk about it when you're done after.
Of course.
I didn't even know.
But yes, so.
I did know. Yes, I did, because you had the shorts first, right?
I had so much. I had dropped in 2020, and I had dropped a whole collection for the girls.
Whole collection for the females.
So yeah.
I got that on my notes. It says it right here.
Yes, sold out. That baby was sold out. Yeah.
I was not playing with this one.
I asked about that too. But yeah, so I had, but it ended up turning out to be great because I'm like kind of just finding a harmony between everything, and that's the like great part about it because I'm doing more of what I love, and now I've actually had the time to sit down and do a lot of shadow work for myself actually and figure out more what I want for me, what I want to go into my brand, what I want it to, kind of like look like and reflect. And it has taken some time. It has taken some years. Like, well, I dropped in 2022. Rare Feels.
Cause you got the LLC. You certified out
Yes.
this bitch.
Okay. Rare Feels. The name.
You gotta get it off.
It stands for.
Boom, right there. Yes.
It stands for emotions that do not occur often. That's the definition of Rare Feels. Yes. I dropped in 2020. My brother had passed away and everything. So my brother had passed away. I had kind of made a decision for myself to you either gonna go back into this depression and like be this person that you don't want to be, that you just came so far from being at that time, or you're gonna do something to kind of not put you back in that place. And so that's when I started cooking.
Fire. Cause she does that too. Look,
that's when I started cooking, y'all. So I was
day.
cooking.
She got
I was
10 toes
like
and
the
10 fingers.
seafood
She do all
queen.
of
I
that.
never accepted the title or never took it or claimed it. But if you know, you know. But the whole city really knew because I was out. I'm telling you,
was getting to it.
from the morning to the night time, I was out trapping. I was like,
And this is about learning them new things, right?
Yeah.
Them new skills. Look, I do this a little bit.
it's literally my life that I had to go through, and like if I was open enough to accept that I'm okay with learning into new things, because one of my biggest problems now is that I feel like it's hard for me to commit to things, but why do you have to commit to something that at the end of the day you won't commit to just that one thing? That's why instead of trying to commit myself into just focusing on one thing, I try to harmonize everything together and create something that flows so good together. And so that's basically like my main focus right now that has been with life. And so that's just how I took life literally at that time. And so I'm like, shit, like I'm about to start cooking, and it just worked for me so good. Like it worked for me so good. Like so I was cooking for a long time, and during that time I was already planning my brand. Before my brother had passed away, I had already had it in my mind or whatever, but when he had passed away, it kind of like pushed me to go forward. No PPPs or nothing like that. I literally worked my ass off cooking days and nights, literally. Like, shout out to my mama, shout out to my best friend, shout out to my sisters for helping deliveries, like literally.
Fire. That's fire.
It was so much, like literally so many months just working my ass off, selling those dinners, making sure that I was pushing that motherfucking seafood through or whatever, and making sure that I was coming through and still being that person that had good customer service and great energy, no matter if I was tired and it was 1 o'clock in the morning or 2 o'clock in the morning and I'm delivering a bag, because yes, that was me. And then I got into everything else. Like I was selling hookahs, I was selling AirPods, I really was. And so I had stacked up so much money, and I had finally like did what I could for my brand. But it was something like you always have like your flows, and it's a turbulence when it comes to being an entrepreneur. Like it has its ups and downs, period. And so when I started as an entrepreneur, of course I had to learn. And I'm so glad that when I did start off, I sold out and everything, like literally, like I did amazing. I was still selling dinners, like I was hustling, I was grinding. But mind you, I was doing all this stuff and I was just keeping my head busy. I never took the time to grieve. So while I'm doing this stuff, I'm enjoying it. I'm taking my time with everything, but only everything as far as hustling. Like I'm just staying busy. I'm just keeping my mind off of everything. I'm constantly just working. Selling, making money, like doing what I can, like boom, just to kind of just keep my mind off of certain shit. And so,
is that how you deal with everything growing up? Because you said you had some things when you were
Yes,
young, that
yeah.
it's-
So that's why shadow work is important, because you will put yourself in these positions to not sit down and allow yourself to think about emotions or think about how things affected you and they still affect you now. And you become this person that you don't even know who you are no more. And it's kind of like, damn, like, you know, you kind of go back to like, I miss being happier. You know, you have these feelings of this serotonin being produced from you, of you being fucking happy and you smiling and you actually allowing yourself to experience things that you're supposed to experience. So of course you want to go back to those things, and you have to look at it from a different perspective. But during that time, I was just so busy, just so into, of course, going back from child. If you don't deal with it, you'll continue to do it, and that's exactly what I did. When that's exactly what I was doing. Mind you, while my brother had died, I had just got out of this like relationship or whatever that had kind of like a little what's the name on me, but so along with that,
little da 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 da. What's the name?
I was hurt. I did get hurt from the relationship. Really, I was really hurt.
So
It happened, and it definitely was a double whammy. Right in the wrong time. And so I had a lot to like just really that I didn't heal from at the time. So I was kind of just, you know, just out here really like just living life and just doing what someone who doesn't want to sit there and face their, you know, face their problems or face, you know, that there is some shit going on, you know, with them mentally. So that's what I was doing. So
Till
yeah.
When did it was just like, no, I'm not doing this no more?
I got you. I'm about to let you know. So, so I had sold out of Rare Fields. After I had sold completely out of Rare Fields, I was still cooking and everything. I had ended up going through the situation. I'm not gonna speak on. I'm not gonna speak too much into it, but I had ended up getting into another situation and losing myself in the situation. And it took a big part, but I did have a good experience. Like, you know, it was something that I definitely needed to go through to learn myself, to learn, you know, certain things that I did need to heal. And so
within that relationship?
Within myself, within old relationship trauma that wasn't healed and everything. So from there, I had kind of, we had went through, you know, the experience that we were supposed to go through. We had ended up stopped talking, and this was like the beginning of 2021. At the end of 2020 is when because I had shot the movie, but when I had shot my first movie, I wasn't really into the situationship yet. But mind you, during this whole time, I literally like lost myself. Like I was not Myonnah. I was not doing nothing that made me happy. Like, and this is all a personal thing that I had to learn because I was stopping myself and limiting myself from so much, just for trying to like indulge into an experience. But I'm so grateful that I allowed myself to do that, because after that experience, I learned so much that I needed to actually sit back and do shadow work on. And so in 2021 is when I started filming Figure It Out, the TV show, and I was just like, I am about to get like in my bag. I finally started like back being me. Around springtime in 2021, I had started pole dancing. So I was just happy. Like I was just finding like a newer part of like who I was and who I am now and kind of stuff. Like really did a lot of healing in 2021. Like that was like the year for like me, like literally like being like, okay, let me get myself together. Let me sit back and get off Instagram, take a break, leave y'all the fuck alone, because I've been focused on too much of what I need to get out to y'all and what content I need to push out to y'all, and I'm not mentally here. Like I'm not mentally here. So what am I really doing? Like who really am I? Like who really am I showing y'all right now? So it was like I was showing y'all what I love to do, but am I, you know, it's like a part of what they do now. Like they don't show y'all what they go through and, you know, the hurt times. It's the highlights. It's what people make fun of. It's what, you know, people don't realize is regular, real shit, that real life. So I had to really sit back and really be like, shit, I always never looked at myself as this famous person or this influencer that everybody had made me, you know, out to be, or this hella followers or just like, it just irked me. I hate the word famous. Like, I don't even use that on myself. Like, I don't say it. And it's just only because my best is yet to come, for one, and just for two, it's just like, don't put me somewhere that I don't want to be, only because it comes with so much of y'all thinking that y'all know me. You'll be surprised how many places that I walk in somewhere and you know my name. Because you know my name, you think you know me, you think you can come cha-cha and kichi and with me. And it's just like, you know, and don't get me wrong, like, I'm a cool person when you get to know me, and we can talk and we'll have some real level-headed, nice, high vibrational conversations all the time. But
no, I'm not gonna interview you right now. Sorry.
But exactly, but it's just like, you know, people sometimes, you know, having those titles or whatever, people don't know their boundaries. And then sometimes people come into your life for the wrong reasons, and you go through experiences that you think that, you know, you're being this genuine person. No matter what, I always stay who I was. I never ever was like, I'm going to be ignorant. I'm not going to help nobody. I'm not going to, you know, like, I definitely had to get through some anger shit and some smart mouth shit, but that was because I was a kid and some childhood shit. But when it came to, like, being a real genuine person, when it came to helping people, giving, like, that's always me. I love being, like, the helping hand. So I never would ever just take that, like, from myself at the end of the day. And so, but when you're in these situations where people just think so much of you, you start to feel like you can't, like, so one thing about me was I tried so hard not to fit this persona that everybody was. I was this light-skinned girl. I was cute. I could dance. Like, so, you know, it's like, oh, she must be a runner, or oh, she must be uptight, or oh, she really mean, or, you know, and I tried so hard not to be this person that these people, like, made me out to be. It was like I was too nice to the wrong people, because I didn't want to be, because I wasn't her in the first place. But it's because y'all was looking at me because I had so much followers. It's like I wasn't really understanding at the time. Now I know, but I was too much trying to not be this person. But now it's just kind of like, I am who I am, and I know who I am now. So I know who's going to be around me now. And so I know what kind of experiences that I'm able and I might and had the chance to go through, because now I know how to read people from a different perspective, and I know how to literally sit in a room and read energy. And that's because I've sat back and I understand so much about myself that I can sit back and be so comfortable and secure with myself. I'm not questioning about what other motherfuckers think about me. I'm trying to read what's going on in the room, because I'm good over here, baby. You feel me?
Look,
like, it's real nice
chairs.
and secure now. We are good over here, baby. I know what I got going on for me. I know I'm just here to be at the end of the day. I'm not here to exceed your expectations in any kind of way, because what you expect of me means nothing to me.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
got my own
Because
agenda
exactly. And so when you put yourself in the perspective of giving, respectfully, okay? Because when you put yourself in the middle of actually giving the motherfucker the time of day to feel like their expectations is something that you have to live up to, that's when you start to confuse yourself with who you really are, because what somebody else perceive you as can be totally different from who you really are and who you need to be for the experience and for that person or that situation.
Crazy, because you speaking, preaching right now. At this point, you have literally broken down what it's like to be popping on the gram for a long time.
And it's like,
and it's not what you think.
And now it's always been regular to me, and that's why most of the time now I don't give myself enough credit, because I never looked at myself as how people looked at me. I always had my own perception of myself, no matter what it was. Like, even when I did lost myself because I was being too considerate of somebody else's feelings, or I was caring too much about how I might affect a relationship if I chose to go do what was best for me. But now that I know what is best for me is what matters the most to me, nothing or nobody could change who I am. Like, y'all are just extras. Y'all just happen to be grateful and blessed enough to be able to see this and witness this right now. And I'm going to give y'all the chance to see it, but am I going to let y'all dictate who I am? No. Absolutely not. Absolutely not.
And you're like, again, I'm not gonna keep throwing your age out, but you like so young and you understand. It be like 35-year-olds that I talk to, 40-year-olds that be like trying to fit in to a mold.
Because people don't learn from their experiences. People, you have to be, you have to
thinking it's a whole
be
nother
the
person's problem.
smartest people around you learn from their experiences and the experiences around them.
Absolutely.
So when I come into an experience and when I'm sitting able to have these conversations with you, and when I'm having a conversation, I'm having that advice with my brother about some shit, I might go into some shit that I remember from an experience that done happened from somebody else, or a gem that I done learned from somebody else.
That you took and ran with.
Exactly.
Come on, no?
And so now, not only am I speaking from my experience, but I'm able to be speaking from somebody else's experience because I wasn't too like, no,
Right.
that's not me. You know, anything can happen to anybody. And drama, toxicity, life is not subject to nobody, okay? It's going to all hit everybody a whole different motherfucking way. And just because you are famous or people have a lot of followers or they might be TikTok, if they ain't went back and did they shadow work, I'm not going to say it don't matter, but that shit don't matter. It don't matter because at the end of the day, what matters is that when I come on and I'm on Instagram and I'm on TikTok and I'm on Twitter, I'm the best for me who I want to be, and I'm just showing y'all that. I'm not getting on here every day to show y'all that. You get me? It's a whole difference.
Yeah.
Like, because what I go through now is like real shit. It's real genuine shit. It's real, like, I'm mentally here with y'all now, so I can really be on here how I want to.
Yeah.
I don't feel the need to be like, damn, I get off Instagram every day, and I'm really not okay. Like, I'm really not okay. It's all smiling, kiki, and y'all love me on here. And that was one of the biggest things. I'm so loved locally and popular, but deep down inside, I'm really going through some shit, though. I don't feel love.
Like, for real.
Like, I don't
In
feel
real life,
love.
though.
Like, I really like, it's this fucking scene and Figure It Out. Shouts out to Carl. Figure It Out is about, like, real, genuine shit that we go through literally in life. Like, you see all these fictional movies and you see this shit where, you always, money is always the subject or the target, but you really never really see real shit. And so in Figure It Out, we get the chance to touch on real life situations and real life emotions and real situations that go on that people can really resonate with. And so within that, in this scene that I had, my name is Taylor in the series, and she's having this conversation with her boyfriend, and she's this popular artist on Instagram, but she draws or whatever, and she and so she's kind of like, and it was like, it's like the scene went so amazingly because it resonated with me so much because she said in her dialogue was like, because no matter how many people love me through the phone, they'll never be able to see the real me. Like, they'll never be able to be there when I'm down, when I'm upset, when I'm mad, when I'm going through shit. Like, not to say that none of y'all matter. Y'all can give me y'all advice as much as y'all want to, but it's only so much I'll be willing to take when I really don't know what's best for me because I don't know what I want. Yeah. I don't know what I want because I'm so focused on what the fuck I gotta post out to y'all every day. So it's kind of like I literally sat back 2021 and got all of, like, started this, like, give yourself some time, bro. Like, I'm not in a rush with nothing, with nobody. I'm not in a race. Everybody.
Off, you have a great foundation.
Thank you. Like,
if you need to take a break, it's okay.
Okay, amazing. And I've been able to do that multiple times. Like, and I love that. But one thing about it is, don't rush yourself to try to keep up with society to feel like you have to be somewhere, in a certain place. Like, I'm 20 years old. Yes, I'm young, but there's people out here that's 17 that's, listen, I still live with my mother. Am I gonna force and this is a little bit of personal information, but still, I'm not forcing my hand to rush myself into society standards as, I gotta post my key on Instagram when I'm fucking 17. Like, I'm getting up. When I know, right, I'm telling y'all, listen, me and my mother get along perfectly well, amazing. There is no reason for me to ever feel like I'm going to go out, and I don't give a fuck how much money I have because I can save my shit, because that's what I'm doing now. Yeah. I don't give a fuck how much money I have, like, you know what I'm saying? No, I'm not going to say that, because of course there's going to be a time where I am going to move out, but I'm not going to force myself. I have known that if I'm not mentally stable, why would I want to go move out into a whole thing and be an actual, like, not going to say be an actual adult, because I have bills, baby. But, and I could move out if I wanted to, but it's just the whole fact. Like, if I could save a bill, I'm saving me a little bit rent. Me and my mother get along perfectly fine, and I still have that creative space and that time. I'm going to do what's necessary, what I know is what's best for me. Fuck what y'all doing at 17, 16, and 18. Congratulations to y'all. If y'all got that apartment and y'all doing it and y'all paying y'all bills, but a lot, and then I love my people too, but I ain't going to lie, like, some people be drowning in bills, and I be witnessing it. And so it be like, I'm not pressed to get into that position when I'm so far right now and I have so much to be focused on. And me and my mama cool. So what am I rushing out to be trying to be paying? And I already have these other motherfucking bills. Just a little gem. Because I always been like that. And it's some people in situations that cannot live with their parents. They don't have somebody. They don't have that. And that's completely fine. Kudos to y'all, because y'all doing the damn thing, period. But right now, I'm so blessed, and I have that opportunity to sit back and save that little bit of part of my money and actually have the time to, you know, not worry about that much of a responsibility as of right now. But that's only just because I just didn't want to move out at 19 or 18 or 20. Like, it has nothing to do with money or not being financially stable, because you can be there in that certain amount of time. And I was financially stable a month's amount of time, but was I mentally stable into a point to where it was just like, would I be able to function if I was fucking drowning in a bill mentally? If I, you know what I'm saying? Because financially I was stable, but if I move to a home where I'm financially stable but I'm not mentally stable, it might become a time where I'm not financially stable, right? So how the fuck will my mental, right, you know what I mean? And it's just, I think about shit like that. That's why I don't have a kid. I think about shit like that. Shit like that matters.
Yes.
Like, shit, actually realizing what the fuck you want for your life matters. And it's okay to sit down and take a break. Yes. And give yourself time. There is no, y'all be beating against the clock, and I'm telling y'all, there is no way we are in any kind of race and everybody running in their own direction.
Facts. Like,
there's no way.
So some of the races you've been running, right? You got the Scam Likely movie out. Can you tell us some of the great things you've done so far?
Yeah. Okay, so as far as movies?
Yeah, no, everything. Everything. Movies, TV series, whatever you have that's out and that's coming. Okay.
So as far as, so I have Iniquitous out.
Tubi right now, get that.
Tubi, okay. So as of right now, I am going to say y'all can look me up on Tubi, Myonnah Amonie, okay?
As your own profile?
If you look me up, my movies is going to pop up.
That's fire,
if you look my name up, my movies pop up.
They got to put your name in the little database. I didn't seen it before. They had to put your name in the database, and yeah, you it. High five. Yeah, she really like that.
Okay. But yeah, so Iniquitous, Scam Likely, they are out right now on Tubi. Go watch, go stream a million times if you want to. But we just finished wrapping up Figure It Out. We had a premiere August 25th. That should be coming out early 2023. I'm not gonna put a timing on it because we have not really had that conversation. But Figure It Out is a TV series. Ooh, I'm so excited. I believe it's about 10 episodes, and it's just showcasing real life situations, comedy, drama, love. It's everything in one, because it's what you often don't see, what people don't want to talk about, what people don't want to have to, experience, or what people don't want to sit back and make a joke about, or not even make a joke about, but have to sit back and be like, because this television show, it will help you realize some situations. Like, if you are, say for instance, like, you ever sat down and watched a TV show, and this kind of TV show is like, you will see these two characters and they're in a situationship, and you will see how they are dealing with things or how things work out for them. And it will resonate with people so much. And I know, because we've had 2 premieres, trust me, everybody is waiting on it. It's amazing. But yes, Also Locked In. I'm still working with HWIC Filmworks for Locked In.
How is that? How is working with a team? How is working with a group of people multiple times?
It's amazing. Actually, I actually get the opportunity to have done it multiple times because the other movie that I'm in, Fun Girl, is actually with the same people who did Iniquitous. So with some of the same people that did Iniquitous. So building relationships
right
is
now.
super important. I always say like, and this is just one of them people. I'm sorry, I made a lot of money in my past. I will make a lot of money in my future, but relationships is more important than money. I'm sorry. People can put you in the right place with the right opportunity to make the right amount of money. And you want to make sure that you have good relationships with people, and you want to make sure that every time that you show up for these people, you are showing up, or you are showing out, and you are able to be the best you of who you are supposed to be to them in that certain amount of time. So I have literally, anybody that you have worked with, they will literally tell you, like, I put on for myself. Like, I make sure I am there. I make sure I show up. I make sure I'm on time. I make sure I know my lines. I make sure I do my work as an actress, even as a dancer, even as if I'm hosting, even if I'm a model, I'm coming there, I'm getting the motherfucking shots done. You know, it's like everything is it's so easy to work with me. So it's like working with a team and building relationships also comes with who you are as a person too, because you can't, some people will build the wrong team and have the wrong relationships and wonder why shit is not working out for them. And so it's like, I'm so highly blessed and favored to actually have the opportunity to be working with these amazing people, and it's truly amazing. And each time that we shoot, it honestly gets better and better. And I'm just so excited for what we have in store. I'm so excited to actually be a part of something to where it's like I'm able to be producing things consistently in what I love to do. And I actually have the opportunity to work and actually put I'm not going to try to say it, but no, but I've actually had the chance to actually do the work, to actually put myself in the position to work with these teams and to be called back multiple times and to be like, she's an amazing actress to work with. I have actually just, besides Locked In, working with teams, amazing, beautiful, love it. The best thing about it is building relationships and actually having fun, and building the relationships is a big part of having fun on set. It gets you connections. That's how I'm here today.
Facts.
That is literally how I'm here today.
Shout out to Sweezy again.
Shout out to Sweezy because he, we had a conversation, good vibes, good energy, and he invited me here, and I was just like, of course, like I never did an interview. I do got some things that I want to touch on and would love to have a conversation about and everything. So yeah, and so that's why it's so important. So along with that, I'm also working on Fun Girl. Fun Girl will be wrapping up very soon. I'm so excited for that. I forgot to mention, Locked In is like this crazy ass fucking thriller, y'all. It's like this comedy thriller, low key though. It's funny. It got some parts to it, but it's just like, it's very interesting, and I'm so excited for it. Shouts out to the team because they did an amazing work. We actually had special effects team. Like, we had a full team, like, and I was just so grateful and blessed to have that. As well as Fun Girl. I love working with Ivy. I really love her. She's really honestly a precious soul. Yes. She's an amazing writer. Yes, I love her so much. And so yeah, we had went through some things with Fun Girl, but that is one person that, like, that's my girl. I'm gonna stick beside her. Like, and we kind of understand each other on a different level. Like, we've had those conversations, and with film, we kind of have the same views on a lot of things. And so working with her with Fun Girl has really been amazing. Yeah, yeah.
That's different.
Carl, figure it out. He's the. Sis, I'm telling y'all, listen, relationships. Because with Locked In, it's also another cameraman. Shouts out to you, Sean. He actually got somebody hipped to me in PA. And so I will be going on set soon, within the next 2 months, to actually go shoot, to be a realtor. So I'm super excited for that. Yeah, and I think that's as far as that's going. That's all as far as the movies. For my winter time, I kind of want to take a break and focus on my clothing brand because that's really important to me. That is something that I finally got the chance to figure out what I want to do when I was reinventing everything. Like, and it's always time to take time to rebrand, and that is your business and yourself. Always give yourself time to have those, especially as a creative. It is so important for you to sit back and kind of like take those moments to see like, okay, what's the next plan? And so I've had to do a lot of those, and my entrepreneur life or story is different from everybody else's, and everybody's is going to be different. But I'm just happy to say now that I have got all those films out the way. I'm still, kind of like shooting them, but I'm going to be wrapping up hopefully by the winter. And I kind of just want to get the chance to like focus on my clothing brand now because I have the time, I have that choice now. And mentally, I'm kind of like where I want to be, where I have always wanted to be, in order to kind of like put my best in my work and put my best in my clothing brand and anything that I do now. And so I've been just learning so much more about myself. And so honestly, like for the movies, that's not it. Of course, that's not it. But I do plan on taking a break for this winter time and not shooting, actually giving myself time to focus on something that I had been meaning to and been wanting to focus on.
Have you dropped the website for Rare Songs?
Yes, Rare Fields. Yes.
I said Rare Songs. Shout out to Kid Cam. Because I hear that rare sound in my head every time I see that rare. But Rarefields, so you have the website.
Yeah, rarefields.com, baby.
www.rarefields.com.
Rarefields.com, baby. It's just simple, nice, and easy.
Simple, nice, and easy.
And it's actually everything. I've been doing a sale for a long time, so it's actually a nice little sale on there. It's an amazing sale on there. Because like I said, I've been rebranding, and I'm kind of on to something new. So I'm just trying to get rid of like old inventory. So it's a sale on there that everybody can look forward to and can continue to look forward to because it will stay on sale.
So get that so she can get the new in there. She got some new ideas and stuff going on.
Yes.
But thank you so much. This has been one of iconic, of course. This is one of those iconic ones. I'm definitely holding this one. I'm sorry, it may take a while to come out.
Of
holding
course.
This one, 'cause this is just fire. But before we get out of here, we gotta get it off your chest. So you've been getting a lot off your chest. Everything that you kind of worked through in this process of becoming this center of attention that you've always been, though. So it's like working through that process. It's like almost like looking at Justin Bieber. Like he blew up at like 13. You know what I'm saying? It's like, okay, he's gonna have his ups and downs, but like, how do you work that process to be 25 and still relevant?
Just be you.
And I think that's exactly what you're doing.
Just be you. I feel like, and just why I don't know what Justin Bieber is doing, but I know he's not kind of like doing as well now. I think he does have like some medical issues going on to him, so apologies for that. But I do know that being young, you kind of can get lost into something because you don't know yourself yet. And so a lot of times that's kind of like what happened. And so I feel like it's very important to
shadow work.
Not only just like, of course, like the shadow work, but it's just like remain just who you are. Like I've always given myself chances, like no matter what it is, no matter what I thought was hard, I always never like doubted myself, and I never limited myself to anything. Like I said, I always had my own perception of who I was and who I wanted to be. And so when working through that, I have these times where I just, because I am who I am and I do what I love, and I'm able to connect with people, how I'm able to connect with people because I know so much about, experiences and about myself. And so it's kind of like, it's more so of not how you really like, because staying relevant is just like, it's really so much, because sometimes, a lot of people that blow up fast, they don't stay relevant long.
Exactly.
And so it's kind of just like building a foundation, like what you said, and actually doing it for all the right reasons, and kind of having your own perception of who you want to be and knowing exactly what you want your label to be, what you want your brand to be. And that's why it's so important to take that time to do that rebranding, so that you can have those new steps, catch up with the generation, catch up with, what they want to see, figure out what's something new that you want to do. And it's just all a part of, not staying comfortable.
Facts.
Be
Wanting to be better.
spontaneous, optimistic. It's very important that you go out and you do that when it comes to staying relevant, because once you start to get comfortable and you start being on your high horse and feeling like, okay, I'm here, so I don't need to grow anymore, it's kind of like, well, you already done cut, your water done ran dry. Your water done ran dry. So it's like, just remain you at the end of the day. Just be you regardless of what any situation stands. Just know that, things will come at you multiple times, like different situations, different people. And it's just like, you have to understand what that does to you and what it could do for you. And always take the best out of a situation and never let anything depict who you will be, because who you are is so important. And so a lot of people, you can go into being somebody that's good and then you end up fucking it up by becoming somebody that was influenced by all these other things around you.
Absolutely.
Be yourself.
And that's it. Look, she didn't already tell y'all the formula to be successful. Honestly, if y'all sit back and listen to this hour-long interview, you will see from a very person that's in it, because she's really in it, some person that is really figuring it out while she's doing it.
And it's only going to get better, yo. I'm 20 years old.
Come on now.
I'm an actress, model, dancer, pole instructor, entrepreneur, and I just plan, I just plan to spread light, love, and good energy, and just more opportunities for people that would love to be in the position as me, to kind of like be here and be able to be, open to all these opportunities and these things as far as dancing, or, because I touch so many bases, a lot of people are interested in everything. So it's kind of like, I'm looking out for y'all. I promise y'all I got y'all. I'm always bet y'all I love y'all.
Hey, and that's the King T Network. We got it.